Okay, hello everyone. See you again here at IndUK, Indonesia and the UK with me, Siti, and with my friend.
Hi,
Yeah,
I'm Kieran.
Kieran. With him, Kieran. Okay, so today again we're gonna talk, and also we're gonna talk by asking some questions, and the other one will be answering the questions, talking about the differences and also similarities about Indonesia and the UK. Before we continue, so please, if you like the video, and hopefully you like the video, so give us a like on this video and don't forget to subscribe our channel so that you can get the notification at any time we upload the new one, then you can enjoy. All right, so in the previous session, in the previous video, we talked about how it was in Indonesia, how the primary education is in Indonesia. Yeah, Kieran asked me some questions, and then in this occasion, for this video, I will be the one who asks the questions, and Kieran will answer those questions. There are 5 questions that I'm going to ask him. So before we start, I'd like to ask him, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready now. You can ask me all the questions that you have there.
All
So
right.
are they similar to the ones that I asked you a few days
No,
ago?
no, I think no.
Different.
So don't be surprised, don't be shocked, don't be scared. I'm not going to ask you different questions. Okay, so there are 5 questions. We are gonna start with the first question. Question number 1. Talking about the primary education in the UK. Oh, but wait a second. So the question is, how is the education system in the UK from kindergarten to primary level? Only that. Only that
I
thing.
guess
Mhm.
in the UK, there are two types of kindergarten levels. So um, some parents want to take their children to a nursery school where they have activities such as playing with their friends with toys and in the garden outside on the um, play areas such as the swings and the slide. So they have lots of fun and games, but at the same time, they have to learn new ideas and new topics for to help them prepare for um, their time before primary school. So maybe they'll learn about numbers and letters and very simple words to help them get into the idea of going to school and learning about maybe maths and English. So I guess this will take all day, and most of the time it won't be very formal, but they do have to learn these basic things of English and maths. So I guess it's also used as a time for childcare as well when the parents are out of the house working. So that has like a two-part benefit to the parents. They're teaching and they're socializing and um, they have somewhere to be while the parents are at work. So it's always a good idea to teach for the students to go to nursery
Mhm,
as it gives them a head start in learning.
mhm,
And there was also another area where parents may wish to send their children. And this one is called Play School. So this is like more based on playing with friends and playing
mhm,
games together,
mhm,
but there's not really um, much taught events going on. So the children don't learn about anything about English
mhm,
or mathematics. It's just about playing and enjoying themselves with their friends.
mhm,
So this is a less academic route, but I guess it's also important for them to socialize with people of their own age so they can get used to being with people and exploring ideas with people. So that one is maybe less academic intensive. So that's maybe for children of the ages of 3 to 4, both nursery and play school. So by the time they are 4 years old and September comes around, then they move on to the reception class in primary school. So on this occasion, maybe the academic year before they start in reception, then they have a few taster days in the reception class so they can get used to going to school. So maybe they go to the reception class of the year above and they spend maybe 3 half days in this class just to get used to learning in a primary school environment. So by the time when they go to reception for the first time full time, they are aware of what they are to expect. So it helps them integrate really well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess this September they will start full time in reception. But as I'm sure you know, it's a very nervous time for them to start. So it's good that they have this idea of reception before they go to school. So yeah, that's how they integrate into primary school.
Mm-hmm. And so when they start that receptions or the reception school, isn't it? Reception school, you call it. So what?
Oh yeah, this is the first year of primary school.
Oh, that
So
so
the first
reception.
year is reception,
Uh-huh. And the second year is
and the
how do you call it?
second year is year one.
Oh, so the second year will be year
Up,
one.
yeah, the second year is year
Oh,
one up until year
until?
6 of primary school.
Oh, okay. So, and how old are they when they start going to the reception school?
They are 4 or 5 years old, but depending when they're born. So if they were born in September,
Mm-hmm.
they'd probably be 5 years old. But if they were born later than September and they start
Mm-hmm.
in September, then they will be 4 years old.
Oh, so it means when they start the year one, maybe like maybe they are around like either 6 or 7, around 6 or 7, like around that
Yeah,
age.
year one, they'll be 5 or 6 years old, depending
Wow,
on when their birthday is.
that's very young because in Indonesia we have the one of the requirements when when parents would like to register their kids to the primary school is that the minimum age of the student is 6 year old.
Really?
Yeah.
That's also quite young as well. So I guess we are even younger in the UK
Mm.
to be
Mm.
going to school at
Yeah,
4 years of
yeah, that's
age.
why. Yeah, that's like younger, like around like 1 or 2 years younger. Oh, that's really interesting. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, right? To like that to get to know like the differences, like what's going on there and what's going on here in Indonesia. Okay, thank you, Kiran, for the first answer, and then let's move on to the question two. Are there any primary schools only for boys or girls in the UK?
Um, yeah, there are a very few primary schools for only boys and girls in the UK, but
Mm-hmm.
I think in the past there used to be many more of these around, but as maybe the society becomes more diverse, then there are fewer and fewer of these primary schools around.
Mm-hmm.
So there are still a few around, but maybe they're in the minority and there are not very many at all because I think the policy these days is for children to experience as many um, diverse people as possible. So whether that be um, um, girls or boys, or maybe people from other countries or different religions, then it's good that the children can learn more and more about diversity.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's very rare these days to find an all girls or all boys school. So I think these tend to be more kind of like private schools where they have this policy of only having boys or girls because they can set the rules about um, who they let in and who they don't. So I guess the government's policy for many years has been to bring the boys and the girls together.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's good that you can have a mix of boys and girls, because I think it would be boring just going to a school where there is just boys. I guess you just
Yeah.
learn things, and everyone would want to play football or something, or
Yeah.
play with the toy cars. Then you don't see the other
Mm-hmm.
aspect of people where maybe they want to do different things, and then you can learn about the differences
Mm-hmm.
in hobbies and things and
Mm-hmm.
ways of doing things between boys and girls. So you get the best of both worlds by having boys and girls in the same school, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. It will be so boring if there is only, there are only boys in the classroom or there are only girls in the classroom. Yeah, I think that's quite similar to what happens in Indonesia. We don't normally have like
Mhm.
boys only or girls only class, but then for like secondary level like education, there are some schools who are only for boys or only for girls. But for primary school, so far as I observe, yeah, they are still like mixed between boys and girls. Like, okay, thank you. And the third question, talking about primary education, what uniforms do students wear to primary school in general?
Uh, I think most primary schools have a uniform,
Mm-hmm.
so the students will wear kind of grey trousers, or they have grey skirts. The students should be wearing kind of black, and the girls will wear their own style of black shoes and will make them look shiny. On the top half, they we had kind of blue. Then we'd also wear to school.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who was a boy. Oh, hi, hun.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I
we
think I've got a problem with
can
the connection. It
edit
keeps,
that out, so don't worry.
yeah, unstable connection.
Yeah, so they have the
Mm-hmm.
ties, so and then this can help them put it on very easily. And then they have the a thick jumper to wear in the winter. So maybe they only wear this in winter to keep them warm, but in summer they don't have to wear it, to just have their shirt and a tie, and obviously the trousers as well. A uniform
Mm.
policy, but I remember there are also a few in their casual uniform, so they can wear anything they want. And to wear the uniform, yeah, because it can bring people together, because everybody is wearing the same uniform, so they're all part of the group. So yeah, that's great. I really like that they can be part of the same group, but also if you go to a school where there is no uniform, maybe some kids have clothes that are really expensive, and some of the poorer kids will have inexpensive clothes. So it might make themselves to the rich kids. So it's actually form policy.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Can you hear me, honey? Is it clear?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
The connection keeps going on and off. I'm sorry
Mhm.
for that.
It's okay.
Yeah, interesting. It sounds like you have like I mean the schools over there, it has like a lot of uniforms. Like I mean like
Hmm.
so many like various uniforms like in terms of the color and also like the like even each school and also the sweater and kind of the uniform, even the casual. Yeah, in Indonesia, I think it's quite similar to what happens. I mean, to what you have there in the UK. But one thing that is very unique and different is that every Friday we have what we call Batik Day. Batik is like a kind of cloth or maybe fabric which is traditionally made like with some patterns. So we have like some patterns, and then we want like the government has a mission to preserve that cultural something that's part of our culture. So uh, so the government wants to promote this batik to the public, to Indonesia and also like to all countries. That's why we have that batik day every Friday. The one like the fabric with the patterns. It has like so many kinds of patterns. So that's one thing that we have every Friday. We have it batik day. We call it.
Wow. So every Friday you
Yeah.
can go into school in the traditional clothing.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that sounds so cool. I like
Yeah.
it. And also I should say that the girls have a different dress in the winter compared to the summer. So the girls will wear a grey dress
Mm-hmm.
in the winter, and then when the summer comes, they will have a blue and white dress. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess that is a slight difference.
Mm-hmm.
And also in the summer, the boys can wear shorts to say,
Mm. Yeah. 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 Interesting.
hmm,
Okay. All right. That's really cool. And the next one is question number 4. Can you hear me clearly? You can, right?
yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Okay.
Mhm.
The question, this question is quite similar to your question before. Are there any extracurricular activities or maybe extracurricular subjects for the students in primary schools? If yes, what are they?
Yeah, there are quite a few that even the school will host after school. So I remember there are some, such as music, which the students can learn an instrument, such
Mm-hmm.
as a recorder or maybe a guitar or piano or anything like that. And also there is also the scouts that the students can attend in the evening to take part in those activities,
Mm-hmm.
which the scouts groups will hold. But I'm not too sure about what the scouts groups do because I never attended it. Extracurricular activities of
Mm-hmm.
sports. So I remember taking part in some sports activities when I was in primary school.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember one activity we played was when the primary school held a football competition every May where all students could take part in different age groups to partake in tournaments to try and be the champion of their age group. And this was not only open to the students in one primary school, our primary school let it open to students in primary schools and local football teams from around the local area. So I remember myself when I played in this one, then we had a team of 5 players and um, it was like a World Cup where you have 3 games in a group, and if you can qualify from the group, then you can go to the quarterfinal and the
Mm-hmm.
semi-final and the final to become the champion. But sadly, our team never got to the final. But I remember scoring 2 goals in this extracurricular activity.
Mm-hmm.
Because we went to school with the captain of Manchester United. He
Mm-hmm.
was also in our team called Harry Maguire,
Mm-hmm.
and but he was kind of in our primary school team, but he played in the star team, not the second team which we played. So his team would always win the competition because he had probably the best skills, but our
Mm-hmm.
team never won the competition. So it was quite sad. But
Mm-hmm.
it's super crazy going to school with um, uh, England and Manchester United player now because
Mm-hmm.
when you see them on the TV, it looks like it's your friend from primary school. But
Yeah.
I guess now in the current, he's doing really well in football, so that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, and it seems like you're really really into football, aren't you?
Yeah, I think most children or boys and
Mhm.
girls now when they are in school. I think football is their main activity
Yeah.
or extracurricular activity.
Mhm.
So it's a very popular activity to do. Well, I guess music is also another. I don't think too many. Well, I think some families take their children for extra English and maths classes, but
Mhm.
it's not too common, really.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow, that sounds great. Listening to your experience when you were a kid, joining this like football extracurricular activity. Okay, so now here we are in the last question. Do students, okay, talking about, I think, yeah, now I'm wondering about the age. Do students start going to school and finish their primary, I mean, do students start their primary education and finish their primary education in the same age as their peers? It's like, in other words, what I'm trying to say is that is it normal for them, for example, if there is like one or two kids are not performing very well, then they will just stay in class and then they will take another year to for that the current year, so for that specific year, so somehow it makes them like delay the graduation later on. So is it something familiar, or how is it?
I don't think they do that anymore, but I think they used to do a long time ago. Maybe maybe they stopped that in the 70s, in the
Oh,
1970s.
okay.
But these days, students who, even if they aren't performing well, then they can continue to go up the levels.
The next level.
But
Mhm,
I guess they just receive a little more help from
mhm,
the tutor
mhm, mhm,
because I don't think they're allowed to keep students behind
mhm,
any longer because um, maybe they have different strengths in different areas,
mhm,
such as maybe a student who underperforms in English,
mhm,
maybe he has or she has a strong skill in some kind of construction or
mhm.
making things. So
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that
True.
they are terrible at everything. So I guess they just need their support and to be encouraged to do even better.
Mhm,
But I think there is a system of where students maybe don't come into school until year one and they skip reception. I'm not sure
oh,
why this is, but sometimes students can do this and they don't enter school until year one. So maybe that's
mhm,
kind of similar, but I'm not sure why that's the case because I know some students who only came into school in year one and they
mhm,
didn't do reception
mhm.
because I remember in my school, I think the size of the class was only about 25, and then by the time year six came, it was around 30. So five new students came in after reception. So that
Oh,
was strange, but I guess mainly students just continue through the years regardless of their ability,
mhm.
which is good because it must be awful if you get left behind each year.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm.
Yeah, because the reason why I asked this question is that there was the time when I was in primary school, there were like in my era at the time. So some of my friends, they were left behind because they didn't perform really well during the class. So that's what happened. So but now, yes, you're right. Like they do not do this practice anymore. I think they stopped since like maybe since I was in secondary school or something. Yeah, it means
Mhm.
we have like kind of like similarity here, like how the schools are going, especially for the primary education there and also here in Indonesia. Wow, that's really interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and we reached the end of the interview today. So
Yes.
I guess we learned lots of interesting new ideas of
Yeah, we
both the
have
UK and
definitely.
Indonesia.
Definitely. And thank you so much for sharing for all of us, Kiran. And that was really great how we can find, again, the differences and also the similarities. It's interesting, and it's also somehow it's sort of like at some point there are some things which are surprising for us to know, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. So thank you so much everyone for watching this video, and thank you for joining us here. And also please don't forget to give your like and also subscribe our channel so that we can keep going and to make more videos and to share more knowledge, experience and also stories with all of you. Okay, so is there anything you would like to say anymore, Kiran? Anything you would like to say before we end this video?
Thank you for watching, and we hope you can join us again for next week, where we
Yes.
will have a new topic, but I'm not sure what it will be yet, so we have to decide this new topic over the
Mm-hmm.
coming days.
Yeah. We need to think about it, and then we need to like decide what it will be about. But then, if you have any ideas, don't forget. I mean, feel free to leave like in the comment section. So, what you would like to hear us talk about, like in the next video? Yeah, we would be very happy, right?
That'd
Yeah,
be great.
yeah, that would be great.
Be great
Okay.
to hear.
Yes, totally, like, for sure. Okay, then, so that's all for this video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye bye.